Okay, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market today. Now with gold, let's see where we're at. Okay, as you can see, we're at the highs here. Today is a swing day. All right, so all week we didn't have a swing day for gold, but today gold is a swing day, and coincidentally, of course not, market spikes up and then a fall off here, as you can see now. With Trump going crazy, personally, we don't care whether he's going nuts or not. But at the end of the day, this is where we're at. Okay, 3,174. So 3,000. Now I'm moving this. Remember, this was on the monthly, and 3,174. Let's round it to 75, whatever, is a level there. If we find ourselves somewhere up and you want to sell despite the fact that gold is going up, you probably can. The time to do that, if you want to do that, you can do it till 12:50. Okay, you could do that at 4:50. 4:55 to 5:05 on Thursday, which is today. Those are the hours to look out for. Just make a mental note of 4:20, which I've put here. All right, it's not on there. The reason it's not on there is because up to 4:20 the market might do some harsh, sudden, pushy move. So it might really take the market somewhere, okay? And then it'll be like 4:50, either up or down somewhere. And that 4:50 to 5:05 is not a bad idea. If something is high at that time, we can expect a reversal. That reversal should take us into 7:40 and then into 9:30. All right, into 9:30 to 10:15, like I wrote in the mems area. Okay, so just make a mental note of that. All right, so with gold, okay, so we're on the monthly and the weekly. As you know, the monthly is there, so weekly is still on the breakout, but monthly has a resistance level, and if Thursday is a swing day, we should have a bit of a pullback. Where should we pull back into? This is a zone which we can keep in mind. And this is a zone which you can keep in mind. All right. So initially we should kind of pull back into there. Now there is a price there, 66 and 64, which is 3,092 to 98. So if it does fall, 3,092, this was from yesterday, 3,098. Alright, so this will be a zone. Okay, now yesterday, as you can see, the market bounced off from this level here, but we didn't really have anything. Okay, we didn't really have anything here, and also I did say, don't muck around in between levels. Okay, it's the same thing I always say. If you're going to sell high. If you're going to buy low. If it matches time and price. And gold really didn't have anything to offer for us yesterday. And until today, there was no swing day. And as you can see, the market is just let's cancel that. It's just going sideways, as you can see. All right, so there's not much to talk about here. All right, so the only thing I can say about it is pretty much that if we find ourselves at the highs and you want to sell, you can. Okay, do it with a smaller lot size, obviously, because the market is all kind of you know, all over the place. But if you find yourself at a low price like down here, let me get rid of that now, and you want to buy, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't say no to that either. Okay, because the market comes back down, it could be like, you know, kind of like pushy up to. So if it comes down first into a trading hour into this zone, this 64, 66 zone, right, 3092, 98, then you're thinking to yourself, that's fine, because there's a stop sweep happening here, okay, and the market can take it up, and this is a place where the market broke out before. Okay, it's that bar there actually. All right, so it's doable. Let's take a look at euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, as you know, yesterday the market broke out, okay, and that's fine. I was expecting the market to pull back down a little bit. Monday was a swing day, as you can see, and now with this whole thing going up, we're going into this zone, which we had from before, remember? So that's all good. Okay, and let's see when that happened. So this happened, this started going up here, market stabilized here, and then Trump came up with the tariffs. This is your trading hour here, and the market just boom. Okay, so now what to do? Well, don't stand in front of it, because the next swing day is not until tomorrow. It has hit some targets, as you can see. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of this, okay, because that's blown out and gone above and close. Will probably close above. So this is going to be all bullish. So the minute it comes back, we're just going to have to go up with it, okay, and that's basically it. So yesterday's breakout, today's full-blown push up, okay. As you can see, if you want to buy, should you? Obviously, when you've come up to the targets here, 66, 68, okay, not good idea to buy the tops. On the weekly, it's right breaking out there. So this has got room to go, but where do you want to buy? Well, somebody using the PST indicator would have had that price 55, 56, the market pushing up right on a good buy kiss actually. So today, if you followed euro dollar, you'd have kind of like pushed it up from here. Was that a trading hour? What did we have for Thursday? We had 5 o'clock. By the time it was 5 o'clock, it's like, yeah, it's already up there at 5, okay. 225, that 225 is also like a bit too late. Well, fair enough. Okay, so basically that just moved upon this one, okay, and that was the closing off yesterday. Okay, where change is logical at 11:30, and that is 11:30 there. All right, so and then the market rushes up. Like I said, don't buy here. You need to wait for the market to pull back if you want to buy it again. Okay, there's not much else to do here. Let it go, and when it comes back, you can get back into the game. Where should it come back down to? We have to sit tight and wait for at least 0921, at least 0921. So let's mark that in. So it needs to come back there. Yeah, which is the closing off, which is the high of yesterday. So you have to wait for at least the high of yesterday, retracement. There's also levels here, as you can see. Why? Because that's the gap zone there from the closing and opening price push up. So yeah, I wouldn't be buying up here, guys. Let it come back into your trading hours Today's not a swing day. You might wait for tomorrow. Okay. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now SP 500, well, we did say we should be selling highs at trade hours. So okay, so these were the levels I marked in yesterday. If you sold at these levels, you should be okay, no? Okay, those were the levels. Now yesterday was a swing day. Okay, today's a swing day, my apologies. Tuesday was a swing day. Okay, Monday, Tuesday. So we took Monday with the rest of the indices. That's a Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday was a Nasdaq swing day. All right, so it wasn't a swing day for us. But Thursday, this will probably push down. You want to sell, not a bad idea. Like I said, we've got room to come down for this. Okay, so I don't think we're surprised in any way. I'm just going to expand these. Okay, I'm not surprised in any way. This should be like coming down, down, down into this zone. Okay, so we should be coming further down. If you want to sell on the pull-ups, you can. We've got room to come down, so just mark these in from 51 onwards. 5,334, 5,309, 5,256, 5,216. So these four levels on the monthly, right? This is the monthly chart. So, you know, it should bring us down. And this is a long wick on the monthly. So you want to put something along there. Okay. That should kind of like bring us in there. On the weekly, yeah, it's like down here as you can see. Okay, so we've got room to come down into that 5,100 according to the monthly as well. Okay, so yeah, where to sell off, you might be thinking. Let's see. Let's go into the 15-minute chart. You can sell off on the daily, weekly. Okay, so that's done. This is a level we had yesterday. There was a PST level, as you know. This is why I like PST levels. The market likes to sniff them out. They sniff these levels, okay, and then bang. So if you had an order waiting there, in any case, you should have been okay. The trading hour came a little late yesterday, 11:30. Okay, on that one, actually 11:20. I did have 11:27 to be honest with you, but that's, yeah, that's like, this is it. Okay, so 11:30 market pushes down, and that's basically it. If you want to sell it again on a retracement into a trading hour, you can. There's a slight gap here. If you want to move it into like the weekly again to sell off again, you can. If you want to close this gap and it comes into a trading hour and you want to sell, you can. And that's basically it. Okay, as you can see, we've got room to come down. This was a target as well, so it's nice to see that our targets are being met as well. So there you go, that was the target. So market comes in, and that's it on the weekly as well. So you're going to have to see that 34, it's like being broken. So this is like nice and easy going down. Let's take a look at Dow Jones and Nasdaq. All right, so on the 15-minute chart, if it raises head, daily pivot, the weekly, you know, selling off at a trading hour is not a bad idea. And I did give the good trading hours, so take note of those. If we find direction, you know, from 4:50 to 5:05, if it finds direction, that's the direction it's going to go until like I said, 7:40 and then 9:30 to 10:15. So you got room to follow it. This is US 30. As you can see there, right on the weekly. What a whopper. Oh, that is just, oh my God, that is just pricing. That is just beautiful pricing. This is why the PST indicator is king. It really is. Look at that. And we've got room to come down here at the 50 at least, 39,850. So mark 39,850, 39,500. You know, we've got room to come down into that 39,850 zone. And later on into the 45 and so on, that 38. So this is a good opportunity for the market to sizzle down. And coming down here is like nice and rational. Okay, we've got a wick there. Also, if you haven't checked it out, if you don't know technical analysis, I've posted an online course, all right, into the stan.store GlobalTrader.Club page. So check it out. It'll help you out there. Okay. So, you know, coming into this zone is like really logical, and that's just, I think, how we should follow it towards the long run, and just beautiful to see. Just, you know, it's sizzling down, all right, and that's exactly what we kind of betted on. Let's take a look. This was the 26th, so we had Monday. Dow Jones was the 31st, and that's your 31st, which we said we could go up, remember? 31st, okay, and Dow Jones, we have Thursday, Friday, so Thursday, Friday, so we're probably going to be pushing down, which is nice to see, all right. And this was a price level as well, nice for the market to like hit it. So if you want to sell, to do the same thing like you did. If we come back up here to the low of the previous day, okay, to the closing price of yesterday, where the market will close the gap between the opening and the closing, and you want to sell from here down, I think it's doable at trading hours to do so. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ yesterday had a swing day, okay? So having a Wednesday swing day. Oh, that is just neat. HCL1, 19,913. 19,913 is there. All right, so pretty much. Was it a trade hour? Well, if you precisely measured it to the minute, it would have been 11:27, but I rounded it to 11:30, and that's your 11:30 bang. So same here, if we go up, we can sell down. On the daily, spot on. Okay, you can see right on the line there, and bang. Okay, 37.5. I did say this zone was a sell zone. It was also a good buy kiss zone there, if you noticed. Okay, that's your good buy kiss zone there. Okay, so good buy kiss, pretty much matching the 37.5 right in there. Okay, now Wednesday was a swing day for there. NASDAQ, the next swing day for NASDAQ is a Friday. If it closes gap, so I guess that's going to be the zone, isn't it? 19,100 and, well, not about 19,080, which is fine. 19,080 is going to be, let's bring this down, around here. All right, which is pretty much the low of, no, it's not, yeah, it is the low of the other day. Okay, the low of Tuesday, and that's basically it. So if we come back up again, there's a bit of a gap here, so the market might do it in between this gap here, but if you want to sell it down, I think that's the way to go, and it's the way to go. Now I've got this zone here, so we'll have to check it out. Let's see, that's the weekly. Okay, so on the daily that must be a buy if I put it there. Yeah, there you go. All right, and because is that a wick, well then we can actually take it from that level into this level there. All right, so this still has room to come down in my opinion. So if we pull up, you can sell off again. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. April is going to be a tricky kind of month, and this is Bitcoin. Now we did say we don't have anything for Bitcoin until Friday, Saturday, so it's a swing day anyway, but there you go, this is the zone, and that's basically it. I think we had last Sunday, didn't we? So that's Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday there. Okay, and then Monday market goes up, taps into there, and boom. So we've got room to come down. And look, yesterday, right on the line, these are so accurate. Look at that, it's right on the red dotted lines there, and the market just bang sells off in the zone at the price. So if you had those price levels at your PST level, that would have been it. 11:30 for you. Is it that one? Yep, that's 11:30, and the market just sells off. Okay, so same here, I guess. It's a big sell-off, as you can see. If the market goes up a little bit, they can keep pushing back down. You can target 36, so jot that down. 80,207 on the weekly. Yeah, on the weekly, that's there. So yesterday I did say this is a bit tricky because of the breakout, and so I did say also you can leave it alone until we have a new setup, or we have at least the trading days, the swing days coming up, because it's like tricky. You see how also, if you think about it, remember with the technical analysis too, what am I always saying, guys? If you're going to do something, the direction is obvious. Sell the highs, and if you do want to buy the lows. This is a place where they bought before, so the market is buying. So at a trading hour, buy the low. At a trading hour, you can sell the high, and that's basically how you can play around here, as you can see. But this should break down, obviously, and like I said, it should bring us down. Okay. But you're welcome to wait for a new setup. Where should you sell? You can sell at the low of that. So that's going to be like, well, pretty much here the market already did that. Maybe on the weekly pivot here. Okay, it's also doable. You see this is where the market sold off. So this is the swing. Okay. This is the stop sweep. This is basically where the market stop sweeped the lows. Let's tighten this up. Okay. Yeah, but this has got room to fall because of these levels. Okay, so that's basically the way to go. If the market, goes down, comes up, sell off again, you can. It's an impulse wave, so it could turn into a runner as well. Okay, how do you want to measure your runner? Measure it this way. Okay, so like down up kind of thing, sizzling into this zone, and then if it breaks below that, obviously we're going down. And this zone, like I said, is tricky, but you can see it's like bearish because of the big push down. So market selling is the way to go.